Hello, and welcome to this tutorial. Today, we are going to quickly create the Among Us character. Start off by creating a cube. Go to Modify panel and adjust some of its parameters. Now, with the cube selected, open the modifier list and add an Edit Poly modifier. Choose Edge Selection Type. Select the corner edges like so. Then click on the Connect button in the Edit Edges rollout. A new edge of the center will be created. Press F for the front view. Then Z to focus on the object. Choose Vertex Selection Type and select the vertices of the newly created edge. Use the Scale tool and slightly increase the scale of the vertices. Then select the Transform tool and move the vertices downward like I am doing here. You will have this shape so far. Now press L to switch to the left view. Again press Z to focus on the object. With the Transform tool selected, select the top right vertices and move them to the left. You can look at these values to get an idea about how much the vertices are being transformed. Similarly, move the vertices at the bottom as well, like I am doing so. With that done, go to the modifier list and apply a Turbo Smooth modifier. The Turbo Smooth modifier has added extra polygons to our mesh that we can use further. Now, we will create the legs of the character. Move the view to the bottom of the character. Add an Edit Poly modifier on top of the Turbo Smooth modifier since we need all the extra polygons added by the Turbo Smooth. Choose Vertex Selection Type and make sure to have the constraint set to Edge. Select the vertex of the right and move it towards the center. Now select both these vertices and also move them to the right. Lastly, select these two vertices. Use the Scale tool instead of the Transform tool and scale them along Y-axis like so. Now, set the constraints to none. Choose the Polygon Selection Type and select these two polygons. Now, select the settings of the Extrude command. Increase the extrude amount till you get similar results. Click on the Z button in the Edit Geometry rollout to make the polygons planar along the Z axis. Now, move the legs into position like I am doing. To replicate the mesh on the left side, select the polygons on the left side and delete them. Then add a symmetry modifier to the mesh. The modifier will automatically mirror the right side to the left. Go back to the Edit Poly modifier and add an extra edge on the leg using the Connect option. This will maintain the shape of the leg when the Turbo Smooth modifier will be added in the next step. Add a Turbo Smooth modifier on top of the Symmetry modifier. Go back to the Edit Poly modifier to improve the shape of the leg. Make sure to check this button to view the results with the Turbo Smooth and Symmetry modifiers applied. Now select the polygons of the leg and change their scale by a tiny amount along the Y-axis. Now we will make the visor and the backpack. Add an Edit Poly modifier on top of the Turbo Smooth modifier. Change the view to look at the front of the character. Choose the vertex selection type and select these two vertices. Set the constraints to edge and move them downwards. Now, select these vertices and move them upwards by using the transform tool. You would have to move them inwards as well by using the scale tool. Once we get the shape of the visor, select the polygons, and before extruding, select the inset option. Inset the polygons by a small amount. Now use the extrude option as we have done previously. Shape the mesh of the visor like I am doing so, using the same techniques as we have used before. Now, the backpack will be created in a similar fashion as well. First, select these polygons at the back. Use the inset option again, like we have done for the visor. Then extrude these polygons like so. One thing you might want to do here is to separate the backpack from the character. To do that, select all of its polygons. And then, select the detach option. Make sure that detach to element option is checked. Click OK to detach the backpack. Once detached, move it away from the character. Then select the edges of the border of the backpack. Now, with the Shift button held down, decrease the scale of the edges to create new polygons as it is being done here. This will create a nice round effect, and it will make it seem like the backpack is a separate object once we apply the Turbo Smooth modifier. Move the backpack back into its position. And then add the final Turbo Smooth modifier. Now again go back to the Edit Poly modifier and adjust the position and scale of the backpack. You can further refine the character as much as you want since there is no hard and fast rule on how an Among Us character should look like. However, please stick around till the end as I make an important change to the visor. To improve the shape of the visor, go back to the Edit Poly modifier and make sure to check the Show Cage option. Then select the vertices at the top and bottom of the visor. Set the constraint to edge. And by using the scale tool, move them inwards. Now we are done. I do hope you have found this tutorial helpful. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more straightforward tutorials like this one. Thank you for watching.